I just wanted to quickly remind you that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you have everything that you already need to create your desired reality and to be the person that you want to become and that you already are in this moment. You might not believe that. And it's such a fascinating thing, this dichotomy in life of being where we are and wanting more and wanting change and bridging that gap. And I just wanted to remind you that bridging that gap comes when you accept this moment, when you accept the present moment, when you let go of the fear, the resistance, the desperation, that non existent false reality that you've believed for so long. And you don't deserve to continue to fall victim to that, because you become that person that you want to become in every moment that you accept the present moment. So, right here, right now, I am here, and I am that person. And you are that person when you let go. When you let go of all the baggage and the onions, and you tear back all the false beliefs that you've been a victim to for so long. And it's fascinating, isn't it? Because it's it's good to know this stuff, and you might know the theory, and you might want change, and you might be reading all the books, but it doesn't really come until you let go of the logical aspect of it and the theoretical thinking mind. It comes when you implement physical acceptance, physical letting go. And you do that with action. You do that with intention. I just don't want people to continue to be led down a false reality, this false Jacob's ladder that you're going to keep climbing and you're never going to be satisfied. And I just wanted to remind you that it's a first world problem. And it's such a self-absorbing aspect of life. You needing this business, you wanting this freedom, you wanting this travel. It's all so self-absorbed, because the real answer is serving others. The real answer is giving more than you take. The real answer is who you are becoming and the journey that you're on, that the trials and tribulations you're going through are shaping you. And they're creating your inner beauty. I'm not here to tell anybody that they should or shouldn't do something, or this is the certain way to do this and to create that. I'm here to be myself. And I want you to be yourself. And I want you to fully accept everything about yourself, because it's okay. Because you're okay and you are worthy. You need not be fearful, because everybody who isn't supposed to be in your life isn't supposed to be in your life. Let them go. It always comes back to these principles: accepting fully the present moment, having compassion for yourself and others, letting go of the fear, the trauma, the resistance, the desperation, forgiving yourself and other people. If you can live in a state of acceptance and present moment awareness, you have unlocked the secret. Because think about it. Why do you want this change? You want this change because you're constricted and fear-based. And I'm here to tell you that I want you to take the action. I want you to fail. I want you to keep moving forward, because in that failure, you become a success. Every time that you accept that you may fail, you in turn become a success. So if you really want that thing, get really good at knowing that you are worthy, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you have everything you need. And take action. It really all comes down to the divine aspect of life. I want you to listen to the business professionals, listen to the spiritual and philosophical professionals who are motivating you and inspiring you. And even if they don't have a spiritual or divine aspect or belief system in the way that they talk. I want you to inspect how they're saying you to take, or how they are saying for you to move forward and take action. Because they're getting back to these exact principles. They've gone through trauma and they've wanted change and they've created abundance in their desired reality. And they created it through letting go of the trauma, the suffering, by accepting this present moment, by letting go of the fear, by taking action, and by continuously failing. And that's why it's fascinating to me. Because everything we hear is subjective anyways. And I just also want to remind you once again that it's not about being perfect, and you don't need to copy anybody, and you don't need to listen to anybody. There is no one way. The beauty of life is you get to create your own way. But I don't ever want you to forget that it's all unfolding the way it's supposed to. And the real answer is taking the most noble act in every moment. And if you do succumb to fear, shame, guilt, greed, you can either judge yourself and continue that cycle of fear, greed, shame, guilt, or you can forgive yourself and you can have courage and you can let go of the past. That is the cycle of the hero's journey, of the most noble act, is continuously accepting, forgiving, acting with love, because love is the answer. Love's the answer, guys. And that's how you're truly going to create your desired reality. I've just been led astray too many times not to share this information. Because every time that I want, I don't have. Every time that I want so desperately, I don't get. Every time I judge, I create worse cycles of judge, fear, guilt. Every time I think I need to shift and create and do things perfectly, I fail. Because it's not about that. And when you can zoom out to the grand picture of life, in that nothing matters, in the same way that everything matters, it all becomes a little bit easier, because you don't need to be a victim of this overthinking, this incessant anxiety, overthinking, and fear. And you don't need to be a victim of that trauma that you went through. Because the people who inflicted that trauma, they were going through their own battle. And they didn't know how to cope. And they were in a state of fear. So if you want to change the reality of others around you, it's not about explaining it. It's about becoming a different person internally. It's about employing forgiveness, listening with a keen ear, with loving ear, with unconditional motives. If you continue to expect things of other people, they're going to continue to disappoint you. Guys, I love you. And it's about love. It's about love. Not in just it's about love. What is love, though? It's non-judgment. It's non-fear. It's unconditional. It's loving yourself, not in a selfish way. Loving yourself to continue, to take the risk, to optimize, to create, to live your dream. And surely there is a strategic aspect. But the strategic aspect of life, the decisions you want to make, the creation of what you want to create, will unfold if you can uphold this value system of present moment awareness and continuously taking action and being that person that you already are deep down. You already are that person. And it sometimes does piss me off that I continue to fall into the trap of believing I'm not that person. Or we all continue to fall into that trap. You become that person every time that you can accept this present moment and tell yourself that you are this person. And there is no divide. There is no divide. So show up with integrity, with value, with love in the decisions you make, and you will unfold your desired reality. I promise you that. And I don't want you to forget that everybody goes through their own shit. Everybody. So it's about forgiveness, because it's not going to be perfect. That life that you want is not perfect, is not free of problems. It's you creating different mental patterns. It's you adopting the ultimate mental pattern of forgiveness and love. Guys, you have what it takes. And don't let anybody make you believe that you need to resist this current moment, be shameful or guilty about where you are. Because that in itself is a false reality. That in itself is creating false patterns. That in itself, I don't even know. But just, I see a lot of people guiding people to create change in their life through shame, fear, and guilt. And although I don't want to judge other people, it's hard for me not to sit here and say that that is false, because that is not the true nature of life. And ultimately, those people that are trying to project that authority will be brought to their knees, will face a reckoning, and they will see the truth in themselves and in the true reality and nature of life, that it's about acceptance, present moment awareness, and love. That's all, guys. Peace.